My name is Matt Walters. I am a record producer, sound engineer, musician and a songwriter at Quince recording studios based in London. Quince Studios has been around for about 10 years. We provide a nice blend of digital and valve equipment. We've got some nice valve preamps that we tend to use, which are really good for vocals. We've got a nice selection of mics, Neumann, AKG. We've got lots of instruments, drums, bass, keyboards, guitars. When working with a producer, I'd say producers bring a lot of experience generally to the table. They also bring a lot of depth to the sound of band's music. They can add to arrangements, possibly adding more chords, looking at interesting kind of soundscapes, sounds for the band, guitar presets, synth sounds, things like that. Generally I like working with artists that have good songs, something unique about them, something quite individual, artists possibly with good melodies, anything along those kind of lines really. Generally when recording an album, I would say the most important thing initially is to have a meeting and discuss what songs the artists want to put together for the album. And this doesn't necessarily mean just picking the best songs for the album. It sometimes means picking the songs that are most suitable for the whole album as such. With finding the right producer, you need to go and meet lots of producers, visit lots of studios and try and find an environment that you're comfortable with. Mistakes sometimes that are made are not being open-minded to the producer's ideas. The producer might have some interesting ideas that are slightly more out of the box and maybe bring a fresh approach, whereas some bands would maybe kind of be quite precious about how they want their songs. Sometimes there has to be a compromise. This doesn't necessarily mean watering down everyone's ideas, but it's about possibly coming up with something that somewhere meeting halfway where you can come up with something fresh and new that you maybe wouldn't have come up with if it was just yourself. I would say great songwriting is really important. I would say also having a really good funky music video. I would say it's important to have an interesting image, trying to have something original about yourself. I personally would say pro studios and pro producers are the way forward, just because I think you'll have better quality equipment, you'll end up with a better quality demo. When I do find myself, I do get a lot of artists come here having been to bedroom producers and not getting what they wanted. I'm in the Arts on Air Club because being an artist is an art form.
Wow.